Greetings from FTB Sports and welcome to the Liverpool versus Real Madrid second leg of the Champions League, the European Cup, what it really is. I'm Queen Patto and I'm here tonight with my three kings. Over to my left, I have Article, aka Artie. Down below is King Stoney. And then over in the corner, that way, is the Cop Artist. Good evening, guys. How are you?
Doing well, doing
well.
Yeah,
we're fine, thanks. This feels like we're on University. What was that program that used to come? Was it University Challenge? Where they do that when everyone's in other positions?
Showing your age, Tony.
Or Celebrity Squares.
Yeah, I watched it on YouTube, Artie. That's what I heard about it.
That's the secret. Right, let's get down to some serious business because we've got a serious game tomorrow night at our fortress of Anfield. And as you know, the score was 3-1 and we need to get 2 goals, 3 goals, but we definitely do not need to concede. We cannot afford to concede. No. So guys, what do we need to do tomorrow, bearing in mind these have just beat their rivals, haven't they, in their derby against Barcelona? Yeah. So with them thoughts in mind, and also if you've heard of any injuries, I believe there was a couple of injuries, so he is without players.
Yeah, I've got a little
Lucas Vazquez. Still no Ramos. Apparently, I don't know. He's got
no Ramos, no Varane, no Danny Carvajal.
No Varane, and still no Eden Hazard. I think he's still struggling with his ankle. So, and also I think hopefully Trent, the way Trent's been on form at the last game, I'm hoping that stays on form. But guys, what do you think? What do you think? What do we need to do tomorrow? How do we get these 2 or 3 goals and not concede? So let's.
I'm hoping. I am hoping after, because I watched a good bit of that game, them versus Barca. I'm hoping that it took a lot out of them, because in the second half, Barcelona really did take it to them, and they were defending for their lives. So they were putting their lives on the line there. So I'm hoping that their legs are going to go a bit in the second half of the game. We really need to come out focused and be on it from the off. I don't want us to go out there and be nervous. That's one thing I don't want. Go out there, play our game, but take the game to them, put them under pressure. I want them on the back foot. That's the main thing. That's what I want to do. Start with them on the back foot, and hopefully an early goal within the first 15 minutes, and then they're going to start getting squeaky bum time for them. We can do that. And I think if we get an early goal, that's when we can definitely push on. It's a big ask. I'm not going to lie. It's a big ask. And I think years before would feel a lot more confident with how the team was playing than how it is now. But I still believe in my team.
Yeah.
Do you want to take it away then, King Artist?
Yeah, I mean, exactly what Artie said. Really, I think what we also need to concentrate on, and hopefully not to play to a higher line. I sort of have heard rumors. I don't know if it's true that Cruz may not play. That's one of the big ones that I heard today. It could be a bit of smoke screen. I don't know. Yes. So I'm not banking on it, and I'm not saying he won't play. I'm saying that's what I've heard. If it transpires that was true, great, because he was a danger. So I think we've got to look at that high line. We cannot go too high, and leave that gap at the back, because if they play that ball over the top again,
in trouble
with the lack of speed we've got in the 2 central defenders. And if Trent pushes up like he did last time, it's going to leave too much space for Vinicius. Is it Vinicius?
Yeah, Vinicius.
Vinicius to run into, like he did. But I think also they need to look at passing that ball quicker. And throwing their defenders and their midfield out of whack, because you pass it too slowly, it gives too much time for their players to get into position.
Yep.
And like I said, if we can get a goal quickly, it's going to make them nervous. Because once we get one, we know we can get two. But the all important thing, like you said, is we cannot concede. Because if we concede even one, we need three just to pull even, to take it into extra time or penalties or whatever. So it needs to be a balance there, but they do need to be on it from the word go.
Stoney?
Yeah, I think I know the in the previous show we had, even though I know it was ending on the Aston Villa game, I think one thing that we all commented on was the amount of shots that we were able to actually have towards Aston Villa's goal. So regardless whether they were on target, whether they were going over the bar, regardless, we were just able to actually have a lot of shots off. So I think if we can go in to this game with Madrid tomorrow actually having confidence, actually shooting on goal, that's going to give us another plus point. I think also as well in the first leg against Real Madrid, Casemiro, Cruz and Modric, they absolutely ran the show. So what I'm hoping that we'll do this game, the press that we have, hopefully that will come from our midfield. So even if we don't give Modric, Casemiro and Cruz any time to play, that may be a plus point. We know that they've got gifted forwards. We know that they've got gifted centre-backs. But I think if we press their midfield and don't allow them to actually dictate the game as much as they did last time, I think I'll be happy with that. So, yeah, let's get those goals off. Let's go into this game with a belief. We had the opportunity to win at home, which we probably haven't seen this season. So that also has to be another plus point. And in fairness, I still think we actually played well against Aston Villa. So as long as we can bring that mindset into this game against Real Madrid tomorrow, regardless of who they actually field, then I still believe that will come away with a result tomorrow. And hopefully we'll get through and play in the next round on the 27th of April. So, yeah, that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, I totally agree with what all of you have said, and especially, I'm hoping that they would, as Arsie said, the run ragged. I really do from that game. And it must have affected them because of the injuries that they've sustained through that game. Then look at Casemiro got sent off in the 90th minute.
Yeah, 2 years.
So he's one, I think, if you'd agitate him, maybe he'll go off a bit earlier. We can get if we agitate him, but you never know. He's that type of player, isn't he? That was interesting what you said, the cop artist, about who's not playing. As you say, it'll be a smoke screen, because that's a game that gets played in football, and he was on my danger man list because he scored as well against Barcelona, didn't he? And as you said, they need to be passing quicker and get that quick goal. See, what worries me about Real Madrid, and it's when they played Barcelona on Saturday, it was 69%. Barcelona had 69% possession, dominated the game, more shots on target. The passes, they had 707 passes compared to Real Madrid's 316. See, this is the tactic they do. They get you to do all the work, and that's what they did exactly the same with us. We dominated and had possession, didn't we? They get us to get you to do all the work, and then they'll steal, get you to make a mistake, steal the ball off you, run it down, and then they score. And this is what they're continuing to do. So we've got to let them not play that game then. Don't let them play their way.
No, and you're right.
It is. Don't let them play that game, because they've done it the last game against us, and they've just beat Barcelona by doing the same. He played a 4-3-3 against us, but he changed it against Barcelona. Well, I think he'll be taught back to the 4-3-3. Okay, we'll talk about the teams in a minute, but I think that's the main thing that we need to do, is not let them dictate how it's going to get played, and don't let them let us do all the work, and again they steal the goals, because that's what we have to be careful. And our defence, definitely. And it was touched. Did you notice Klopp took Robbo on his talk today?
Yeah, I missed that one.
Yeah, so we took him on that, and basically quite a lot of the discussion was regarding the defence, and Robbo was saying he's up for it, and and about the fans not there being there, he said they will feel it, but they're saying they're going to create their own atmosphere. They're aware the fans aren't there. They've been doing it for a while now. They have to create their own atmosphere. They know that they've got their abilities. They know where they went wrong, and that they're going to try and emulate on that. So I think as well there will be fans outside. I'm hoping that the Real Madrid Spanish coach on the way to our fortress as a welcoming reception in the halls, because they'll all be outside having a drink. So we hope that happens, and there's loads of pubs around Anfield ground. So
that's what I was going to say. There's not many pubs around the ground.
There'll be people out drinking. Believe you me, the sun's going to be shining, and they will be there. And I hope that our boys can hear the fans outside. I really do. Maybe that will give them some sort of inspiration. But it'll be good to be listening out for it when we watch it tomorrow.
They'll all be on their phones. They'll all be watching it on their phones outside the ground. That's what they'll be doing, having a beer and cheering and stuff. So I think there will be a little bit of atmosphere outside.
Yeah, we need that. We could do with that.
Yeah.
So should we see if we've got any comments, guys, before we pick up? Oh, we have. Okay, so I think these are going to be people who that may know you, the cop artists, because they seem to be new ones. So we've got a hi from Tiger.
No.
Hi, Tiger.
Hi, Tiger. Don't know Tiger.
Are you sure now? You sure now, Tiger?
You sure about that, cop artist? Hello, Tiger.
No, this one I know. Reese, I know.
We know Reese Efford.
I do know Reese. I know his dad very. They actually live in my city.
Class.
Okay, so hi Reese and hi Tiger. Thanks for tuning in. Reese again. Hear from Kev. LA. That's the one. LA. Mike Stephen. See, I'm open as well tomorrow. I've got a little talking about LA. There's LA. Here's our LA. But also, if we win tomorrow, I think I'm going to crack this open.
Please do.
Yeah, I'm going to crack.
Here you go.
It's been waiting, so
good.
Bottle of shampoos, is it?
Put it in the fridge.
Of course.
Good.
Put it in the fridge for tonight.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Do you know what, Artie? I'm going to do that now.
Good.
I will do that. Oh, we are. Kev, here's your fella.
Hey,
okay. And here's good evening, Mr. Silver Fox. Tomorrow night. Thank you, Mr. Silver Fox.
Cheers, mate.
We've got to wait till a bit later to start sending a few more. Mr. B. Good evening, Mr. B. I'm keeping it brief. I want you to lose, but Liverpool never know when to give up. So I think you guys will pull it off. Thank you, Mr. B. Because see, he's got the confidence. He knows.
Yeah. Hey, we never give up.
Exactly.
He's got the top on. Cop artist has got the top on.
Yes.
Top on. Okay. Good evening, Mark Pickering. Hi. 4-0 Liverpool. Come on, Reds.
He's one of mine.
Ooh.
Get in, Mark.
No.
Cheers for following that, Mark.
The scores I like to hear.
I've already said to him, he quoted that to me on my live earlier on. He quoted 4-0, and I did say to him, if it comes in, he gets a free print from me.
I think so and all.
Yeah, exactly. That's class. That is class.
Yeah. Mr. B.
What is it with this? What is it with this?
And FTB, if you're enjoying, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button. Don't forget to hit that like button, and don't forget to share us all over the social media. And we've got Tiger again. We've got to go straight to Tiger. Tiger, aka Born.
Right, now I know what it is.
It's all coming out now. It's all coming out now.
Yeah, that's one of mine as well. I didn't realise it was Born to Create. Yeah. He never said it was going to come in under a different name.
No, that's fine.
I shall be having words with him tomorrow.
And he's saying LFC 3, Real Madrid 1.
He's actually a Man City fan.
Okay. All right. Anything is possible. And as you were saying earlier, that game against Barcelona over on the weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, the conditions Real Madrid and Barcelona had to play in that game, it's going to be interesting to see how they actually recover from that game in terms of fatigue. Because I mean, the heavens were actually open the whole of that game, and you can see how cold it was. I think it was in the second half. You can actually see even Messi had to have his Under Armour top and his top replaced as well. You can actually see him shivering. So that's gonna be interesting to see how Real Madrid actually recover from that game actually going in tomorrow. So
they've actually included 3 B team players, haven't they, in the squad?
Okay. Have they?
Yes.
Interesting.
Right. Yes. So something's gone on, Stoney. You're correct.
Yeah.
Yes. And they are one's called Victor Chust. He's a defender.
Okay.
And then we've got Sergio Arribas, who's the midfielder. And then also Marvin Park, who did used to play actually for Tranmere.
Okay.
So they've been named in the squad. I doubt they'll play. But yeah, they are there, but because he's named his squad today, hasn't he, Zinedine Zidane?
Well, if he had better players, I'm sure they would be in. So it's showing that they're struggling to pull a decent squad together.
Yeah.
And going by what Stoney said, you know, with the heavens opening up, I know from previous experience of playing many years ago, I might add, that's cold, wind, rain, it saps you, something terrible. So let's hope, fingers crossed, that actually does affect them in a way.
Yeah.
Playing in them wet pitches, man. It taxes the legs. 100%.
Crazy. Yeah.
100%. There's no ifs or buts about that.
No.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
It is. Right, guys. So let's have a look. We've got Tiger again. Sorry, Artie.
It's all right.
Guys, use your view on FC versus. Okay, Tiger. I will tell you what. Straight over you, Mr. Cop Artist.
I've already given him my views on it. I think Man City will struggle. I have quite a lot of confidence in Borussia Dortmund. They play well at home. They may be sort of fifth in the league at the moment, but they are quite prolific at home. And with Haaland, you know, anything can happen. They can score for fun if he's on the game. You know, I know Man City put out an understrength team against Leeds. So obviously with that match in mind, which is probably the right thing to do, because obviously the way ahead in the league is probably the same thing I would do. But I can still see them struggling. I really can. And as much as it probably pains Tiger to hear this, I'm going for a Borussia Dortmund to go through.
Borussia Dortmund to go through.
Yeah.
What do you think, Tony?
Yeah, I think I probably agree with the cop artists as well in terms of that. I think any Man City, well, anybody who actually watched the game, say that that game was actually closer than than the result probably provided in the end. Especially if you look at how on earth they disallowed Jude Bellingham's goal. I have absolutely no idea at all.
Crazy.
All right, but it's absolutely crazy. But Man City got the result regardless. I still believe that there's absolutely nothing in this game at all. As you said, Haaland had a really good game. Royce had a good game as well. Jude Bellingham had a good game from that. So I'm sure they'll be able to replicate it in the second game as well. I think Pep will obviously be honest as well. That game's not over. And with the result, that can go either way. So yeah, game on. You know, Man City have had a really, really, really good season. What is it at the moment? It's 2-1 on aggregate, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, they've had a really good season. You know, Premier League elect. They're still in the Champions League. They're still in the Carabao Cup, and they're still in the FA Cup as well. So, I mean, they're firing on all fronts there. So guess what? You know, let them lose this. Let Tottenham beat them and let them get knocked out of the FA Cup. And at least they can come away with one thing at the end of this season. That's just me being bad mind. But but yeah, no. In all honesty, the game against Borussia Dortmund and Man City, the result can go either way. It can go either way. I think it's gonna be a good game. I'll watch it after I watch our game. But yeah, it can go either way. So personally, yeah, I think Dortmund are gonna go through 2-0.
What do you think?
Sorry, gents. I'm gonna have to disagree with you this time. The reason why I say that as well is because I believe that the level of teams this season has not been as high as before, and I believe that this is Man City's best ever chance to win it. And I believe that Pep is gonna go for it 110% this time. Not gonna happen. I don't think he's gonna get a better chance again with this team. Right now, the way that they are playing, they are firing, and they are a team who can switch it on like that with a switch when they're ready. For me, they are. Oh yes, don't get me wrong. I do rate Borussia Dortmund very highly. Yeah, but I do believe that City's going to have a bit too much for them in the end. I really do. I just think that the form that they're in, I think they're just going to have a bit too much for them. And like I said, Pep's going to set them up. But listen, this is it this season. This is ours this season. They're not going to have
the only thing with that, and I agree with you as well, I mean, they have been so consistent the whole of this season as well, defensively and offensively. And offensively, even without their, you know, what would have been their main goal scorer in terms of Aguero. If there's, and it's probably me nitpicking, if there's only a very, very, very small percentage of doubt that I have in Real Madrid, sometimes I think Pep challenges himself probably too much in terms of what he wants to get out of a game. So I think it's really going to be based on who he decides to pick and how he decides to for them to actually play as well. Because I mean, you can look back at so many games this season with Man City, they get the results, but in terms of the selection of players, man, you never ever know who Pep's actually going to pick.
He messes up my fantasy football team all the time. This guy,
exactly. So I mean, he's probably got such a handful of riches that he can actually choose, and rightly so. He'll always get the results that we want. But I think for him, he's probably going to have his own challenges himself in terms of whether he sticks with what he knows is definitely get a result, or whether he's just going to try something, you know, left field. So you never ever know with Pep. And for me, that's what I'm saying. I think that's why the game against Borussia Dortmund and Man City is going to be really, 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 really interesting to actually watch. So, but yeah, you're right. They're still really good.
Yeah, I think Borussia Dortmund will get the better of them, to be honest. Because it's only a 2-1. It's 2-1, isn't it?
Yeah.
So... Not against Man City, like. Okay, Reese Efford, another one of King Cop Artists' friends, 2-0 Liverpool. Get in there, Reese. We like that. We like that. And then we've got Mark Pickering. Good evening, Mark Pickering. Dortmund to win 2-0. I'm with Kev.
He's with me.
Is that your friend?
Yeah, he's one of my biggest sort of stalwart followers on my TikTok account.
Okay, cool.
Tiger, I agree. It's be tough, but if we shut them down, counter attack, I feel 2-1 City. He's the Man City fan, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the biased one.
I think it means watch out for Foden. Play him at the start.
Yeah, why not? Foden still had a really good season as well. And as you said, Man City, they've got a bag of riches. So whether it's Foden, whether it's Mahrez, whether it's Sterling, whether it's Jesus on that side, they've just got a handful of riches. And I won't question any of those players that actually play up there. So yeah.
And then we've got Charles Williams. Did you know Man City have less points on the board at this time of the season to what we had last season? I feel like we just get turned into the Man City show. So can we get back to my team?
Nothing to do with me.
Get Reece back, lay, lad. Tell them.
Reece, get back. Come on. I'm Mark.
Need you. Right, I think it's time, guys, to name your team.
Yeah.
So, who wants to go first? No fighting now. No fighting.
Liverpool team first.
Yes.
Well, the back four pick themselves. The back five, pick themselves.
Yeah.
That goes without saying. Alisson, Trent, Robbo, Kabak, Phillips. Standard. For me, it's got to be Fabinho, Ginny, and Thiago in the middle. Mane, Jota, and Salah up top for me.
Okay.
Real Madrid.
Courtois,
Mendy, Nacho, Milito. How do you pronounce that one? Odriozola at the back. Casemiro, Modric. I was going to say Cruz, but now Kevin's saying Cruz might not play. Cinso and Vincenzo Jr. and Benzema.
Okay. What about you, Kev?
I'm going pretty much exactly the same as Artie with the Liverpool lineup, but I'm pulling Jota out and putting Bobby back in. I think he's going to use Jota as an impact player. Bobby had a much better game against Villa. Jota didn't do as much against Villa as or even against Real Madrid as expected. So with Bobby probably having a little bit more confidence in himself, I think it will be a front three of the front three: Mane, Salah, and Bobby. The midfield, I totally agree with Artie. It's got to be Fabinho, Thiago, and Gini. Those are the three best we have at the moment, and the back five pick themselves. I pretty much again agree with Artie with the Real Madrid lineup. I mean, yeah, he may throw somebody in that we least expect, and if Cruz is playing, he's going to be, I think, the danger man for me. Benzema didn't really do an awful lot to worry me in the last game, but yeah, I think the Real Madrid with the injuries they've got, I think it pretty much picks itself.
And you, Stoney?
Yeah, definitely. I had to look over my shoulder there. The cop artist has said exactly what I was just about to say. I think he's been looking at my notes. Exactly. I think he's in my front room. But yeah, exactly the same lineup as what Artie and the cop artists have said as well. And I think a Bobby will start. The reason why I say that, I think Bobby will start over Jota. Jota seems, when he comes on, to be able to have more of an impact than Bobby. So yeah, Alisson in goal, Trent, Robbo, Kabak, Nat Phillips, Fabinho, Gini, Thiago, with Salah, Firmino, and Mane up front, with impact person coming on as Firmino. I can't change anything for what anybody else has said about Real Madrid. I think it's going to be the same what they had before. 4-3-3, Courtois in goal, Alvaro right back, Nacho, Milito centre back, with Mendy left back. I think it was a smoke screen with Toni Kroos. So it'll be Modric, Casemiro, and Toni Kroos, with Benzema, Vinicius Jr., and Asensio up front. I think they're going to play the same formation as us, 4-3-3 as well. So like for like, just hope that we have more of a productive game that we did in the first game, and that we come out victorious. So that's where I am. And what's your team, Patto, and why?
Well, I found it really hard today to pick because I've actually put Milner in my midfield.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Only because I thought he played pretty well against Villa.
He did.
And I think because it's at Anfield and he's the experience in the team. He's the only one who's there who's experienced. And I think I think he could be a powerhouse there for us to have in that midfield. So basically, I've gone a bit similar to yourselves. We've got Alisson, Trent, Alexander-Arnold, Kabak, Phillips, Robbo, Gini, Fabinho, and Milner, as I've said. And I'm actually going for Salah, Firmino, and Mane.
Okay.
I have got Jota here. It was between, but what I think's going to happen is you think Jota and Thiago will come on at some stage, and maybe Firmino and Milner will go off.
Okay.
I mean, there might be another one as well, but that's what I can see definitely. That's how I see it at the start of being, and then I think Thiago and Jota will come on at some stage. Because and again, even with the back four, I was thinking, and what I did even actually think, I wondered if he'd put Fabinho back in that back four. I don't know if he's happy with Kabak. I mean, I think it's a bit late now to be messing around with the back four. It's too late into the game. I mean, you've mentioned a few times about Ben Davies.
Yeah.
You know, what if we do? He's obviously still not ready. We can't change that.
No.
I don't know. I just had this weird little feeling today.
Okay.
What if he did change the formation? What if he doesn't play a 4-3-3? And what if he does? I don't know. Just throw Fabinho back in that back four.
Interesting.
I know. But I mean, I haven't put him in there. I've put him in my midfield. But I don't know. I just had this horrible little feeling. What do you think, guys?
I can't see it. I can't see it myself. I think he's realised now, since he's had him back in there, the impact that he has in that midfield. He's not gonna risk taking him out. And these guys are natural defenders. That's their job. You know what? You do your job in there. Fabinho, you do your job in the middle. I can't see him doing that for now.
No.
I mean, I hope not.
Injury, I reckon.
Yeah. I'm hoping that when he's took Kabak off as well, it's giving them a rest, isn't it? Giving the people he took off, you know, he's giving them a rest. That's same as what Zinedine did on with his players. He's took ones off that he wanted a rest. So you know the ones he took off, that's who he's bringing over and playing. Yeah. Now in mind for Real, Courtois obviously in goal. I'm gone for the 4-3-3. Milito, Nacho, Mendy, and Marcelo. And then Modric, Casemiro, and Kroos, because I do think he will play. I think it's a blag. And then I've gone for Arsenio, Benzema, and Vinicius Jr.
Yeah. Okay. Vinicius, yeah. Okay.
I've got a question for you though, Patto.
Okay.
Going back to your Liverpool selection, and putting Milner in, and actually for the other guys as well. Do you think maybe he may put Milner in just because he's more of a captain, playing a captain's role, rather than giving the captaincy to Gini, who's not really a talker and not somebody that can bring the players together?
Yeah,
because I think we were lacking that last week. And obviously Milner is more used to being a captain. And he, well, you know, does he have more of the respect from the players as a captain? Because he was the one dealing with the referee against Villa.
Yes. And I think as well, Kev, we can all say he's not scared of Real Madrid. He'll walk down that tunnel tomorrow with his head high. Like I said, the last time I see it when we played Real Madrid and it was in Kiev, they had their heads down. Yeah. But Milner's not scared of them. I know he's not scared.
See, this is the way I've been getting comments from many Liverpool fans about Gini, and maybe his head's not in the game. His head is elsewhere because of obviously his contract situation and not staying or going. Should he be playing? I love Gini. But should he be playing and being captain as well if his thoughts are, am I staying, am I going?
I think on that, and that's a good question as well. I think one thing that Gini probably has always shown, and we all are aware that they're still trying to iron out this contract, so whether he's going to remain with us and continue with our project or go elsewhere and start another project somewhere else. I think one thing Gini's always done for us is actually show a high level of professionalism and a high level of commitment. And I'm just talking about myself. I definitely can't speak for anybody else. I don't think I've ever seen his performance dip. So even if it was something where at the moment where he was going to leave and that we haven't had access to that, I don't think that's been a reflection in how he's actually played. Going back also just to the comment to do with the captaincy with Milner, 100% agree with you. But also taking into account as well, Gini's also the vice captain for the Netherlands as well. So in terms of that leadership and, that captain quality, I think he possesses that with us as with Liverpool, but also on an international level. So I think whether it's Milner or whether it's Gini, I still think we're going to get that same level of commitment and professionalism as well. But you're right, Cop Artist, 100% agree with you in terms of all of the points that you raised about the possibility why Milner may well actually start. So I think we're just blessed that we've got both of them and that we've got an opportunity to explore that dialogue really. Yeah.
What do you think, Artie?
Yeah, I feel kind of the same way. Gini comes across as more of a quiet fella, but in saying that, I would never ever, from what I've watched, I would never ever doubt his professionalism. Never ever. A guy he's another one. He's another 7 out of 10 every week for me. He just goes about his business and does it all the time. And whether he's leaving or not, he still performs and does his job as far as I'm concerned. I have no doubts about that at all. For me, I believe Milner is more of a person to rouse up the team and get the team going. And also to barrack the team. If it's not happening, he'd be on you, get on you more. And I think they would really take notice of Milner, to be fair. I think he does have that in him as well. He's got that experience. He's been around. He's done it. For me, he is more captain material for me.
That's the point I was sort of trying to get over, with more the fact of, he can bring people together. He can have a go at a player if they're not performing right or whatever, if there's issues. He's the more outspoken person, whereas, like you say, Gini's more of the quiet person. I'm certainly not doubting Gini's professionalism. He's I would say probably one of my favorite players in the squad because he does perform week in, week out. But I think tomorrow specifically, I think we need somebody that's going to G these guys up. And for me, out of the two, Milner will do that job.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, that's
I'd also can I just say one thing? I'd also like Klopp to also look at another thing. I think he misses a trick with Gini as well. Gini gets a lot of goals for Holland and that.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know why he can't do it. When he was at Newcastle, he was more of an attacking player.
Yeah.
As well,
Yeah.
before he put him in. So I think he's missing a trick with him there. He's not. I don't think he's getting the full potential out of him, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. That's interesting.
Yeah, he isn't getting the full potential, but don't you think that's as well because he hasn't got his mate Virgil behind him?
That's just now, but I'm talking about even last season and season before that.
Yeah.
When he goes away on international duty, you always hear him come back. Yeah, Ginny scored again. Ginny's picked up another goal again. It's not the same for us.
Is that because he plays them in a different role?
Plays a different position.
Yeah.
Doesn't he play a different position now, there?
This is what I'm talking about. So this is where we might be missing out.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
we rely heavily on those front three to get the goals. We need other guys to chip in as well.
Yeah.
Like the other days, if them front three are having a bad day, you need someone else to chip in.
Yes, true.
And I think that's an issue that we have.
So why don't they play at a 4-2-1-3 and put Gini in between, Thiago and Fabinho, or Fabinho and Milner or something like that. Yeah. And so
Klopp is just so rigid. Klopp is rigid with the formation that he picks.
He could change formation. We don't know. That's what I was thinking. I wonder if he does sort of change things up, because is he going to try something different?
I think maybe it might be worth a gamble, because if he does change the formation and maybe do something like putting that Gini in that sort of a more attacking midfield role right in the centre, that could completely throw Real Madrid out.
That's true.
Catch them unaware.
Yeah, catch them unaware.
Yeah, exactly. He won't be expecting that.
Yeah.
And regarding Gini, like with his headspace, I think it obviously must affect him, because I wonder what he does think about why he hasn't got a contract. What must he be thinking about it?
Yeah, but haven't they offered him a contract?
They have offered him a contract.
How long ago was that? And it wasn't enough. He said it wasn't enough money. Well, let's get it right, isn't the other people are on more than him, aren't they? I think.
Yeah.
I think when you look at it at that scale, isn't there like the Naby Keita or someone, or who is it? There's other people with more money than him.
I mean, there was an interesting thing that I found out today. That
about how much money we had, the fifth, gone up to fifth.
Yeah, we've gone up to fifth, and we're worth 4.1 billion. I mean, we're only about 100 million behind United, as they're the fourth richest club in the world. So if that's the case, and I know we haven't had the money coming in as such, and we have had investment, if they are that desperate to keep Gini and want to keep such a quality player, why aren't they offering him not necessarily everything that he wants, but more than those players that aren't actually playing every week?
Yes. I know it is. It is. Okay, Mr. B doesn't agree with me. That's fine, Mr. B. Thanks for your opinion. Milner, nope. Well, we don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Well, thank you, Mr. B. We love your questions. We've got Mark Pickering again. I think Real will park the bus and just try and hit us on the break. Well, we talked about that earlier, didn't we? That's what I said. I don't want them to just let us do all the work. So they may park the bus, but we'll have to lock that bus out the way, won't we?
Yeah.
My team is Alison, Phillips, Kabak, Trent. Reece, do you want to come on, lads? He's a host giving you teams, as he said. Alison, Phillips, Kabak, Trent, Robbo, Thiago, Milner, Ronaldo, Salah, Jota. Is Salah playing? Salah's
twice.
I think so.
Nice try, Reece.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so Reece. So, yeah, see, Mr. B. I'm not the one who's mentioning Milner.
That'd be interesting.
Madness of what we're saying. And Jurgen watches this show every week religiously. Gets our tips, doesn't he? Always takes our little tips. We don't mind. That's what we're here for, to help spread the Liverpool love.
Of course.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the like button and share us, FTB Sports. Guys, should we go to scores?
Okay.
Yep.
What else is saying scores? Let's get to that crucial, and I'll be writing it down as I do. Who wants to go first?
I'll go for it. That's it. I'll go first. Then the old night. I'll go first.
Because you're first on my list. Your name was first. Alphabetical order.
Oh, my name, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
No pressure.
I'm saying in my head, I've got 2-0, but my heart is telling me 3-1.
So what's your mouth saying?
I'm gonna go 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah.
3-1. So Artie. Thank you, Artie. Thank you. Who's next? I'm going with Stoney.
Right, I'm not going to take any notice of that comment that's just come up. Patto, you can read it once the cop artist has given his, and then you can read that last comment that's popped up there in our feed. All right. I actually also think it's going to be 3-1. The reason why I say that is, one, because any prediction I make is always incorrect. All right. But Real Madrid will score. And I'm just thinking, based on how much confidence we showed offensively against Aston Villa in the last game, that all of those shots are going to materialize into goals. So yeah, 3-1 Liverpool. That is my result for tomorrow.
Okay. And over to you, Kev.
I'm just matching Artie. Okay, I'm just matching Artie.
Nice.
I'm going to go way over here and go for 5-2.
5-2.
No, I'm not. No, not really. I'm joking.
What's that to say?
No, I'm going for a 2-0 tomorrow. You'll be saying it for the last couple of days. 2-0.
You think we'll keep a clean sheet? Yeah.
I do think we'll keep a clean sheet. Yeah.
Excellent. Good.
Okay, so we've got Stoney 3-1, Cop Artist 2-0, and Article Artie 3-1.
Yeah.
And guys, I'm going to say 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah.
You say we're keeping a clean sheet as well?
Yeah, keeping a clean sheet, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
First off, we'll see a goal from us, and then we'll get the other two in the second half.
Can I just ask quickly,
Yes.
Patto and Kev, why did you say we're going to keep a clean sheet?
I think that's the most important thing to do, because I think as well the work that they've been doing with the defensive line, at the end of the day, if you didn't let them 3 goals in, we'd have won that game 1-0.
Seriously, I would never.
Serious.
No, listen, but no. Basically, we have got it. Well, look, if they come in, if Real Madrid come and attack, which we are, I expect them to attack. So, who's got to stop them attacking? Who's the main players that have to do that job to stop them attacking? What they couldn't do in the last game, so they've got to make sure they do it on that night. If they get a goal, what's that going to do to them? There's no Steven Gerrard there to pick them up, and that's where your scousers come in handy. All right, Trent. That's why I'm saying Trent's still on fire and on form, and he's, I know he'll be wanting to. He won't be scared of them, and he'll be wanting to take them on. But you've got to think, keep a clean sheet. You've definitely got to. You can't go in a game thinking, all right, let them score and we'll get through. No, it doesn't work like that. You've got to go in thinking, no, just keep scoring, and they're not scoring. Don't let them pass. Yeah, we've got to not let them score. We've got to not let them score, because it's just a catch-up game. You've got to keep catching up then, haven't you? It'll make it harder. So now
they have to concentrate on defending, or we have to concentrate majorly on our defending and our positioning. And like I said earlier in the show, not playing such a high line. maybe Klopp will tell Trent and Robbo to pick their moments instead of just constantly bombing forward when we've got the ball.
Because how many chances? Look at the chances we had, Kev. We all said we didn't play bad. We just couldn't. The finishing was all. We just couldn't finish. Yeah. So, yeah, we've got it. We know that we can get the ball down to our front three. And then it's getting the front three to make sure that they go in the back of the net. Yeah,
totally. Well, I do have a question though, and again, it's for all you guys.
Yeah.
Just something that sprung to my mind based on what happened at the end of the game against Villa. Mm-hmm. Okay. Trent came in from the left-hand side to hit that missile.
Yeah.
Would it maybe benefit us in certain points in the game where Robbo and Trent switched when they're attacking, so that maybe they can come in on their stronger foot and maybe have a shot themselves? Because they can still defend each side, and if Robbo's defending the right hand side, it means that his left foot is on the cutting in side of the attacker, which is what generally tends to happen.
It's like Salah and Mane.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's whether they can switch themselves. It's whether they're adaptable to be able to switch.
Well, certainly Trent was able to do it, wasn't he?
Yeah. I know, but then marking on the other side, going on to the other side and marking that other player. Though,
yeah, totally. I mean, maybe it's something that they need to maybe look at working on.
Always work. So, well, no, I understand what you mean. I mean, look at because that's why. But that is it. Milicia. Yeah, Milicia. He switches, doesn't he?
Yeah, Militao. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll go onto the left and then play central defence sort of in the midfield, doesn't he?
I just think we need to be on the ball, that's all.
Yeah. No, but it'd have to be something he'd have to watch in training and see if that's something actable. Yeah. Look, here's a good one for you. Look, wait till you see this. Look, Stoney's itching for Mr. B and his wild.
That's what I said I wasn't going to come in.
I left that bit. Tell him I left that bit.
You for real?
Put your money where your mouth is.
Are you for real?
Mr. B is such a wind-up.
I'll take that, man. I'll take that all day long.
50 grand bet.
That is so funny.
Let's hope we get a good ref.
Do we know who the ref is?
Isn't it the ref from the Barcelona game?
I'm not sure. I'm like, I
don't know.
I'm sure it's the same ref.
Okay.
Well, he'll probably still be knackered from that game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He's still in the Arkles. Mr. B. Benzema, just the one of them 12. Who's getting the other?
He ain't a very good striker. He's only getting 1 out of 12.
Adrian Lewis, evening, Adrian. I think we will see pens tomorrow. Ooh, do you know what I was going to touch on that? Because what happens if it did go to extra time and pens? I mean, it could be a possibility. I hope not, but it is a possibility. Good question, Adrian. Yeah, even all think we will see pens. With that in mind, is Milner best coming on from the bench if the game is going that way?
It's something that they need to think about, I think.
Yep, definitely. Definitely.
That's all the planning, isn't it? What this is what Klopp's got to think about. What team do I put out? And what with the possibility of penalties at the end of it, what team do I end up with at full time? Okay. So he's got to plan it right with his substitutions, and sometimes he doesn't get that quite right. So that's it. That's another important thing.
Yeah.
Trent will be early wink tomorrow. Vinny gonna drop into the space he leaves when he bombs on.
That was my fear.
Yeah, because that's what they did. That's what they did in the first leg, wasn't it? It almost seemed at times that Real Madrid doubled up and even sometimes had 3 players over on Trent's side. So if it wasn't Cruz and Modric dropping those balls over our defending, our defensive areas, so it's almost as if they were playing the ball in between Trent and Nat Phillips, just in that little space there. So even sometimes if Trent even bombed on, they always had 3 players always over on that side there. So, I mean, it may be something for us, Klopp to think about tactically, that if this is a game where Trent plays more defensive and Robbo's the one who pushes forward that little bit more, it'd be interesting to see that matchup as well. That may be a feature for us to observe.
One of those
to see how that plays out.
One of those players isn't playing though.
For
Real.
Either Modric or Tony Cruz.
Well, maybe wouldn't be Modric, maybe Cruz wouldn't. But
I think that's a smoke screen. I reckon they're both going to play, and Casemiro. But you're right. We'll obviously wait to see the lineup, but I reckon it'll be the same 3. But either way, as you said, we'll see, and hopefully that's not going to be our area of weakness.
And surely that's what I'm saying. That's what they've been working on since that game. They know where they went wrong.
Yeah.
That's obviously what they've been working on, especially Trent. He's a lad who's got a lot of pride, and it would have dented his pride. If he has a bad game, it affects him really badly. He's that type of person. He is quite a bubbly, jokey lad, but he gets very frustrated and upset if he doesn't play to his best ability, because he knows that he can't. So don't get me wrong, that last week will have affected him. And I think that's why he had such a good game on Saturday, actually. I think he had a point to prove to himself and to everyone else. So I think that's why I do with it. I just think there'll be something a little bit special still from him. I'm not saying he's going to score a goal, but I think he'll hold his own. I'm hoping he just holds his own on that pitch tomorrow. That's all. Does his job, does it well. And that'll do me. That's all I ask from the lad. What do you think?
I wanted to score a rocket like that every week.
I know.
That's all I'm asking for. Score one of them every week, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, guys, we've actually nearly hitting on the hour mark. I didn't think it was going to be that long, such a late show. There's been talk that we're probably going to do a Hillsborough commemorative show on Thursday. We haven't sourced the time, but it'll just be something brief, something that we have events on in Liverpool anyway. And it's quite an upsetting day, to be honest. It's not a day we would like to remember, to be honest. Anyway, see, I get choked up just talking about it, so I don't even know if I'd be able to even do that show, to be honest. So anyway, we've got to the hour mark. And I've enjoyed tonight, guys. Like I said to you, tomorrow we're going to win. We've got to win. We need to win. And I hope the fans are outside. I hope they can hear them. I'm quite tempted to go down myself. Only joking. But I think it's going to be a really good game. And I just hope that we progress through. I really do. And I believe we can. I believe we can get 3 goals. I really believe we can do it. We've just got to not concede. Okay, 2 will be enough, but a game with no conceding. I just, please, boys, I hope you win. I want to crack that champagne open. Any last words, guys?
Good game tomorrow. No injuries, and Liverpool not just to win, but to actually go through.
Artie's praying that. He's praying.
You're saying what, sorry?
I'm starting early.
You're going to start early?
Yeah, man, I'm starting early.
Enjoy the game, guys, and let's hope we can do it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Right, so on that note, well, hopefully we'll be back here tomorrow at 10:30. But if it's a very late one and it's what what's his name? We said add Adrian. If Adrian thinks it's going to be going to Pens, then it'll be a late night, and we'll just combine that on the Thursday then and do it on the Thursday. So Hopefully we will be here at 10:30 tomorrow, and I'll have a glass of champagne, singing and dancing. And on that note, it's bye from me, Queen Patto. It's bye from Artie and Stoney and Kev, our cop artist.
Later, guys.
See you later.
See you tomorrow.
Guys. See you all tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.